We are live. We're live. We're
Good
live.
morning to you guys.
Good morning. Good morning.
I hope you had a fantastic week. Getting yourself geared up for a wonderful weekend.
It is.
I hope you have something to shoot for this weekend and for next week. Something to, maybe, even today. I hope you got something to go for today.
And we're going to talk about it back in a moment.
Good morning. My name is Brian McNeill.
And I am Lisa Santiago McNeill.
And thank you for joining us on our show, Let's Talk About It. We come to each Monday through Friday right here on the SIBN network, on iHeartRadio, YouTube, TuneIn, as well as Facebook Live. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning. Like.
Good morning. Good morning. We're the Empowerment Duo, and we are here. It's Friday. Can you believe it? You made it all the way through the week. Now let's get it done. Close strong. And we're going to continue along the topic of mindset today. Good morning, Katura, as we talk about belief. Belief.
Yeah, I like it so much. So much gets done in direct proportion to how well we believe it or not. You know?
Believe in it or believe it should happen.
Or believe how well we believe the outcome is. Like if we believe it's going to be successful or we believe it's not going to be successful, that has a lot to do about whether or not it is successful.
Okay.
That's my point. You know, that quote, if you think you can, or if you think you can't, you're right. You're right. Either way.
Either way.
That made me think about Cat Williams' line.
Good morning, Brittany. Good morning. Good morning. So today is it's continuation on mindset. We've been talking about positive thinking. We've been talking about positive attributes. We've been talking about the power and the importance of having a made up mind. And today we're continuing that thought as it goes into mindset, as it goes into belief. One of the things that oftentimes, and I'm going to put this link up because we want you to be able to focus in on it. I'll get it together for you in just a moment. But one of the things that we want to see you focus on is faith in what you are doing.
Give me a thought.
Belief in what you are doing. Why?
Put it there.
Why?
Because it's outside your elbow. It'll be easy for you to turn and potentially knock it over. Safe than sorry.
So you have faith that I will knock it over?
No. I wanted to eliminate the possibility that you could knock it over inadvertently. See, if it's in front of you and well back from the edge of the table, you have it on top of a book over there, and the book is hanging over the edge of the table. So a coffee cup on top of a book already hanging on the edge of the table on the outside of your elbow. If you had an impulse in your mind to think, you know what, there's something over here I want to show them, like a book or a piece of paper or something like that, you would swivel your chair, and it could easily happen where you nudge either the book or the coffee cup, and now we got coffee in our carpet.
Good morning, Chad. Good morning,
I suggested bring the cup over here. Eliminate that possibility.
Feel free to ramble.
Shy, we got your jam, girl. We're going to debut it today. We got two jams. Shy Smith's new greeting jam we're going to debut today. And we're going to debut Pastor George Allen's Chef Rev's greeting jam. They both came to me with a moment of inspiration. Shy, I looked at your page, and as I was looking at the things she said on her video, her lives, and the comments she was making on stuff, it came to me, my sister. So we got Shy Smith going to debut today. I recorded him and played this for Lisa, and I even sang it in the car. So I'll make sure I have it today. But I have your jam.
And so as we were thinking about, like, oh my God, we've been talking about this all week. We've been talking about mindset all week. Do we want to continue talking about mindset again? And the answer is yes.
Now, when we say the word mindset, I don't want that to throw you. It's the way of thinking, the accepted way of thinking about a thing that you carry, that you choose to adopt. Your accepted way of thinking about something. And you can change your accepted way of thinking about something. Is that Brittany Thomas in the house?
Good morning,
What's
Brittany.
up, Brittany? How you doing, my sister?
You can change the way that you think about something.
Yes, you can. And a lot of times it's based upon either new information or new experience.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And with the mindset, it's so important that we reiterate to ourselves what objectives we are bringing forth.
Mm-hmm. Where we going with that? It's important to reiterate to ourselves what objectives we're bringing forth. Reminding ourselves of our goal or target. Is that what you're saying?
Reminding ourselves of our goals and our targets and our abilities.
Ooh, okay. And we talked about this a little bit too when it goes to abilities. Now, as we work to improve our abilities and our knowledge base on something, that's why you have to keep yourself in a study mode. What it does is it infuses you with more confidence, and it actually makes you better at it because you're more confident. You know, the more you learn about a subject, the more I learn about a subject, the more confident I feel about that subject, and I perform or talk about that subject much more intelligently.
Absolutely.
Because I've done my due diligence.
Absolutely. On yesterday, we were listening to Miles Monroe. On this morning, I was listening to...
Yesterday, we had a 30-minute drive to run an errand, and it was glorious listening to Dr. Miles Monroe go into great detail about the two animals that God actually compares himself to. He went into detail about the lion, because he compares himself to the lion, and he went into detail about the eagle. And he went into more detail about the lion in this particular video that we listened to in the car. But it was just a wonderful example.
He did go into detail about the lion until he got towards the end, and then he began to talk about the eagle a little bit more. But yes, goals, talents, and abilities, they intertwine with one another to bring about the lifestyle or the end result that you want.
Now, Miles Monroe talked about the two animals that God puts himself in comparison to, the lion and the eagle. I liken myself to the rhinoceros. And I'd be happy to share with you anytime you want to know about why. But do you have a spirit animal or bird or thing that you think or you believe speaks to your personality that you align with? Now, do you have one?
Do I have an animal that's
or anything? Like yeah. I was thinking about Lisa, it could be either the acorn that grows into a mighty oak, or do you have something, an eagle for you?
Yeah.
The eagle, yeah. The acorn or the eagle would be Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
Is there something different, or am I guessing wrong?
No, it's the eagle.
The eagle, okay. But do you, Rochelle V. Gray, do you have, Rochelle's a lion. Mm-hmm. Wonderful. Phyllis George is Loke. What? That must be mistake.
LOL. Oh. She's on the train. Good morning. So,
but I want to know if they do have one, though. I'm curious.
Okay. So one of the things that I found particularly interesting when he was talking about the eagle was when he started talking about the chicken. Mm-hmm. And
Dr. Miles Monroe yesterday.
Yeah. And what he said was chickens don't fly. And that's unless actually not true. Right. Chickens fly when they're scared.
Or when they want to.
It's usually when they're startled out of walking.
No
when
doubt
somebody throws
usually
throws the seed and they want to get some of it or whatever the case is. But how many of your abilities are you limiting because you have not been encouraged into using them?
You know, I was in my late 20s.
I said it's the owl for her.
The owl. Wow. Kadura says my husband is definitely a lion. And I need to give that same thought about myself. Yeah, think about the qualities of the lion. Mm-hmm. But I was probably 29 years old before I discovered that chickens could fly. I was 20. I'm sure I was late 20s, maybe even late 20s. But I made a sales call on a farmer, and we were kind of like we were kicking it. We was having a good time talking with each other. He says, "Let me show you something," because it was time, you know. So we walked out right in front of his barn. He had a barn right next to his house. We walked out in front of his barn, and he had this big old bin there with a lid on it. Mm-hmm. So he took the lid off, and he reached in there and had a large scoop handle thing. Mm-hmm. He said, "Now I don't know if you ever seen anything like this," because he was having fun picking at me because I'm from New York. I'm a city boy. He said, "I don't know if you ever seen nothing like this," but he scooped all of this grain out of there and he like just tossed it in a circle, like all in the air, all in the yard, and because it was just us two out there, baby. It was just us two out there. Mm-hmm. When he tossed that feed up in the air, I saw chickens coming out of the trees, off the top of the barns, flying like this. They were descending from everywhere. Now, I, in my untrained eye, didn't see any chickens. And I didn't even know chickens could fly like that. But that was all up in the trees. That was on top of the barn. You know, you've seen the memes or pictures before, the rooster on top of the barn, cock-a-doodle-doo. Yes, they flew up there. He didn't take any stairs. I was amazed to watch that scene. So then he says, chickens can fly. Yeah, they can fly. They just don't.
When they're positively incented to do so.
And they just choose not to. Mm-hmm. They have the ability to fly, but 99% of the time they don't. Well, maybe not 99, but most of the time they don't fly.
Good morning, baby.
Even though and I parallel that to people who have skills but don't use them.
Well, yes, absolutely. And I think that often the thing that also stood out for me was, good morning, Arthur Lynette, was that eagles don't pack. They don't pack together. They don't flock.
Yeah, they don't flock. Mm-hmm. Arthur Lynette and Dr. Beverly, we've asked the question. I would love to hear your answers too. Is there, like Dr. Miles Monroe talked about, a guy comparing himself to lions and eagles? My animal is the rhinoceros. But I would like to know if there is an animal or a bird or a thing that you feel aligns with your spirit. Give us a glimpse into who you are. You know, there's a few people see themselves as lions. Shai Smith said she's an owl. I want to hear that story too sometime. Definitely. Or maybe she could tell us, why the owl? The wise owl, the big eyes that turn your head all the way around? What is it? I'm guessing. The great seeing, kill at night, great hunters. What? The efficiency? What is it about the owl for you? Or is it the Tootsie Roll commercials?
How many licks does it take?
How many licks does it take? How many licks does it take to get to the center? If we're not careful, that can have a different connotation.
Good morning. Good morning. So when I think about when I was thinking about today's subject, and I was thinking about the fact that we've spent this week talking about mindset in some shape or form all week, it made me have the moment where I'm like, are we going to talk about mindset again? And then, of course, that harkens me back to how often should you focus on your mindset?
How often should you brush your teeth? How many times did you hear the ABCs
before you learned them?
And even sang the song?
Before you understood how it was applied. So I honestly...
How many years did you go LMNOP when you realized that those were actually separate letters? Yeah. Not years. LMNOP. It's one word. D, I saw an open door. I ain't going to comment. I know you did. I know you saw an open door. But you saying you ain't going to comment, it's kind of like you commenting.
Melissa.
That's Melissa? What is... Oh, Melissa's got one. I know. She told us before. Is it butterfly for Melissa? Melissa, we've asked the question of is there an animal or bird or a thing that aligns with your spirit?
Beverly says she aligns with an owl, an eagle, and a mama bear.
And a mama bear. So different times. You mess with her kids, she's the mama bear. So Melissa, do you have one that aligns with you? Mine is well reported. I'm the rhino. I'm the rhino. Now the rhino, having the rhino man moniker for 30 years. I've been rhino, maybe 40 years. Not 40, but 35 years. I've been rhinos and rhino man. People call me Rhino Man. There's several people that know me as Rhino Man. Sometimes Lisa said, when she thinks her husband is being sensitive about something, you can't be both the rhino and sensitive, Brian. She's actually said that before. But I'm the rhino. And my story for the rhino is the reason why I'm a rhino is I read a book in the early 80s, in the mid 80s. The book was written in 1980 by a guy named Scott Alexander. The book was called Rhinoceros Success. And I still have a copy of that book, Rhinoceros Success. And interesting thing about the book, he does a wonderful parallel between rhinos and cows. A cow can spend its whole life in the same pasture. And as long as it's got enough food to eat, enough grass to chew on, and enough water, never even wonder what's over the hill. They'll be completely content right where it is. As long as it's got food and water, fine. Rhinoceroses are not that way. They're nomadic. They travel. They put out fires. They go for stuff. And then I saw a National Geographic special talking about properties of a rhino, how thick their skin is. And on some places in their body, skin can be almost 2 inches thick. That's really, really thick skin, and they're physically strong and all that stuff. And I came up with a story, and I call it Why Rhinos Make Great Salespeople. I actually have a not just for children's book called Why Rhinos Make Great Salespeople. And illustration here. Now, one thing is the way the rhino is physically strong, which I equate to being determined. They have incredible hearing, which I equate to being great listeners. They have horrible eyesight, which I equate to they don't even notice little things, little trees, little bush, little irritants. They don't even see it. They got terrible eyesight. But the coolest things about rhinos are the last two. One is the horns. They have some rhinos have one horn, some rhinos have two. But let's say a 2-horn rhino. I use the horns to represent the rhino's goals. The little horn is the goal that you have to achieve before you can get to the big horn, the big goal. And the way a rhino's eyes are set up on either side of its head, everything he sees, he has to see past his horns. Okay, so he's constantly looking at his goals. And the last thing is the way their legs work, because a rhino is physically unable to walk backwards. They just can't do it. The legs don't work that way. So when you go for your goal the way a rhino would go for it, the only option you have is continue forward until you reach your objective. So that's why I'm a rhino man.
Melissa says, I love all animals, and my top 3 that align with my spirit would be the deer,
really,
for grace, raccoons for resourcefulness, and the mockingbird. I love to talk. LOL.
Now, that sounds like animals that you find in your backyard. Because you definitely have deer. Didn't she show us a video of her deer feeding her deer?
Raccoon, I think.
Feeding her deer, feeding her raccoons. She loves all animals. Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think that the animal kingdom definitely holds a lot of secrets that sometimes we overlook.
Maybe that's why they're so fascinating to watch. Animal shows, nature shows. They're fascinating because we see, Dr. Miles Monroe yesterday, when he talking about the rhino, the lion again, he was talking about how there's so many other animals that are smarter than the rhino. That's one thing that stuck with me yesterday. He says the hyena is smarter than the rhino, but they run when they see a rhino. Why?
When they see a lion.
Lion, yes.
Dr. Deborah says hers is a panther. Stealth. Her youngest son even got her initials.
Got my initials and a panther.
And a panther tattooed on his arm to represent.
Interesting.
Her.
Wow. So even your children know you the panther.
Phyllis said owls and unicorns.
Now, this is 3 people for owls now?
Mm-hmm. I think so.
I didn't know owls were so popular. Somebody tell me why the owl. Is it because of the things I guessed, or is it something else? And Phyllis says there's others. There's others as well.
Definitely, there can be others. There can be different times and different seasons for different characteristics of the animal. Definitely.
Now, when I was a young man in the Army, I'm gonna tell you, I thought I was cool, but I was looking back on it, I was pretty corny. Okay, I had a Mustang 5.0 Burgundy, and I had a big sunroof. I put the black fur seat covers on, and I had the word Mustang written in gold on either side of the car, large. Okay, and I had a nice system in it too. So I thought I had a nice ride. Okay, to pick up girls in. Okay, that's what my car was for at the time. So even though I had the fly ride, I had a large stuffed rhino with the rhino laying on its side like this, leaned over, big one. It was almost big enough for the hole on top of the back seat. Okay. and I had a lion that I kept there, a large stuffed lion in my car, leaning to the side. Now why would I do such a thing? That's where my head was at the time.
Phyllis says all over her house from her mom, we all have some kind of oil. Owl. Mm-hmm. Author Lynette says a butterfly and a turtle. With the butterfly, my beautiful message is inside of my cocoon.
Wow.
But when I fly, I'm always sharing my beautiful message.
That's
now,
nice.
The turtle, I might move slow, but my shell is hard. But inside is my soft side of the message. And I have to keep moving forward.
Wow. Gonna make us tell the tortoise and the hare story.
And Dr. Deborah also
mermaid.
Also the mermaid. She says she operates in more than one word.
Wow, stealth. I love that.
Melissa says, Dr. Deborah, the panther is one I aligned with for most of my life. I have a 12-inch black panther tattooed across my spine. It was my third tattoo out of 9.
Melissa, I did not know this. I met none of y'all. Is the panther across your spine? You said how big? Wait a minute.
12 inch.
12-inch panther. Is it like crawling up or is it going to the side?
Beverly says, yes, the things that you guessed also for me when I used to deliver newspapers. Ooh, that sounds good. You used to, right?
Yep.
I would always have an hour come and sit in my car or fly right in front of I would always have an owl come sit in my car or fly right in front of my car and sit there and watch me. I just had the feeling that God was always telling me something, and I will go do my research. And I gathered understanding. And every time I saw another owl of why I saw an owl. An owl. Yeah. I don't know.
I can believe you when you said that bird came and visited you. Back when I first moved to Charlotte, I was building my company up, and I had a 3-bedroom duplex that I lived in the bottom floor. And the back bedroom was in the backyard, but it was a smaller room, and I used it as an office. And I had a type out there, and I was trying to build my business. And right outside my window, I could see my trash cans. And right outside the window, I had a clear view of the top of my trash can. And I was sure that every day there was this blue jay bird. This blue jay bird would come and sit on that trash can and look at me and cock his head and look at me and cock his head every afternoon. Every afternoon, this bird would come and visit me. And I was certain that bird was visiting me for something. And he would leave, and sometimes he would come back and just visit. And I would know that bird was there for me. It was a feeling I had.
Chai goes on to say, owls often represent wisdom and knowledge. They're open to change and transformation when needed in specific environments. They're also intuitive and always seeking and in tune. They follow instinct.
Yes. I saw owls are all those things that everyone has said. But one of the things that's also cool about owls is they're very, very efficient hunters. They will look, and when they make a hunt, when they decide to go scoop up something, they get it pretty much all the time what they're going for. A lot of animals is hit or miss, but owls are very efficient hunters.
Melissa, I'm going to have Charlotte take a picture and I'll text it to you.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Chai says, I love nature. I'm also an air sign. I think that's cool. Arthur Lynette says, now with the butterfly, remember when my Uncle Leo passed away, the butterfly is also a symbol of carrying the soul to heaven. So when I see a butterfly, I'll call out my uncle's name. My next tattoo is going to be a butterfly.
What's up in the air? Talking about next tattoos. Melissa is her tattoos. Lynette's next tattoo. Lisa has been mentioning getting another tattoo for a couple of weeks now. What you gonna get, baby?
I don't know.
But you want some ink.
I thought about it.
That thought gone away?
No.
Y'all won't believe how many tattoos and piercings I have. You will not even believe how many tattoos and piercings I have. Guess how many tattoos and piercings Brother Brian has. I want to hear someone make a guess. Looking at my face, guess how many tattoos and piercings I have. I bet you can guess.
Alderman that says she's getting 3 more tattoos.
3 more? Do you know what they are and why 3? You know,
Beverly says, oh.
0.
And Melissa says, Papa has 0 tats.
Both of you are right. I have 0 tats and 0 piercings. That's right. Not even an ear piercing. Never would. Never needed it. Didn't need it. Didn't want it. You guys could guess that. That's true. I have 0 tats and 0 piercings. Good guesses.
I have quite a few piercings, some that have closed, and I have 2 tattoos. One here, one on the back.
That one's back is pretty big.
Still only one.
That counts as one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Lisa has one big tattoo on her back. You count that as one?
It's only one. It
It's
was in
3.
one sitting. Couture was with me when I got it.
What? Couture was with you when you got that
Couture
tattoo?
was with me when I got the tattoo.
Couture, are you still on? Tell us a story.
It hurt like hell. Was the
It had to
story.
hurt like that. That's huge.
And your lower back doesn't get very much sunlight. And just FYI for any of those who do tattoo, who are considering tattoos, the less sunlight that has gotten to that space.
Lisa said you was there when she got that big old tattoo on her lower back.
She took me.
She took you.
Yes. It hurt like hell.
But she was a trooper. I can believe that. Lisa is a trooper. Yes, she deals with stuff. I can believe that. I can believe it.
Couture said she wasn't as good.
So you got a tattoo at the same time, Couture?
She had hers first.
Okay. But at the same place.
Yeah, I went to her place.
No, I mean, like y'all went together.
No.
She got a tattoo, then you got one? Well, she had already had one.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was painful. It was very, very painful. This one was not as painful. I don't know if you can see that.
The closest I ever got to getting a tattoo, I was going to get a tiger ripping out of my chest. Okay, right.
Really?
Here. That's what I was going to get. A tiger. But I was airborne. I was 19. I was airborne. I felt I couldn't be hurt because they mess with your mind. It was, oh my Lord. That's the point. Mindset. Let me tell you, when you go to elite trainings in the military, you think it's physical because they're working you out all the time. It's not. It's mental conditioning. When I look back on it, all this, they make you run for a long time on a street called Long Street. Okay. It's mindset. They're trying to get your mind. They had me so jacked up and felt so strong. I felt so strong and so fit. I really believe that if I was crossing the street and a car ran the light and crashed into me, the car would be injured. I really believe that. I wouldn't be. The car would be hurt, not me, because my body was tight like that. But at that point, I felt indestructible. And we would drink and stuff, beers and everything. And we went to a tattoo parlor after we had too many beers. But we were loud. We was looking at the walls and stuff. We were loud. We were being belligerent. And it was just obnoxious. And they kicked us out. But I intended to go to get a tattoo that day.
Couture said I took Tarnez to get his first and only as well. And then Tarnez says, I was there. I actually did Lisa's tattoo. No, you did not. On the list there with the butterfly, I'm gonna need to have the dates of everybody that passed away. Right forearm. The second one will be my Eastern Star symbol, and that's going to be on my left shoulder. And the turtle, but I want my cousin to design it. That's going to be funky, and I don't know where that's going to be placed yet. Okay.
And I did have a vision of having a rhino silhouette on the outer calf.
That's a hard place too. That's a hard, painful place. The top of the foot, the back of the leg, the back of the back.
Well, I heard a tattoo artist say the best place is the lower back. Okay. Maybe the best place for him to work.
Maybe. Phyllis said I only have one, which are letters. I always wanted a panther on my calf and an owl in my arm.
If I ever get a tattoo, I already know it's going to hurt, but I'm mentally prepared for that. I can deal with pain pretty good.
Tarnez said Couture tricked me.
Tricked you into getting a tattoo?
So we're talking about, again, belief. And the reason why I wanted to bring it up was also to tie it in to money, actually, tying it into operating in your particular skill, gift, and talent. And we've talked earlier about the fact that money doesn't really have the high enough vibration to attract to attract itself to you. That purpose must
it don't drive as much as other motivators.
That other.
Pastor George Allen, is Allen, right?
Mm-hmm.
George Allen, come down, because in a few minutes we're about to do the greeting songs, and we're going to debut 2 greeting songs. Shy Smith and George Allen, we're going to debut them today. So we need George Allen, Chef Rev, Pastor George Allen to come on.
So other than that says, yeah, that lower back has another name for a tattoo. Yeah, the tramp stamp.
Yeah. Oh man, that meme. I hope it was a joke of the little girl in the pink pajamas with her tattoo on her lower back.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
I don't even know why you have that in your mind.
Because she just said that the lower back has another name, and you mentioned tramp stamp, and then I had the image of that little girl that's shown all over the place with the lower back tattoo.
I've never seen it, but okay.
Yeah.
So why is it important to believe that you should be doing what you were doing, and how does that correlate to money? Well, if in your mind you believe that you are leaving someone better off in exchange for completing the act that you have to do, whether it's sharing with them an opportunity, whether it's teaching them something, whether it's helping them to complete something, whatever that is, if you believe that you are impacting their lives in the positive, then you will radiate and reflect the proper energy. Good morning, Miss Vivian. To compel the exchange of value for value. What I am giving you will help you, and what you are giving me is a valuation for what it is that I am giving you that will help you. While if you believe that you are doing something to someone, if you're doing something against them, if you are may or may not help them,
just for your own vein,
if you're doing it just for yourself, the vibration will not be the same.
I like to think it's always a little lopsided. I like to think actually not. There's a little lopsided. It's very lopsided.
Yeah.
I look at it. I visualize it this way. I'm about to give my great big old pile of benefits to this person in exchange for a little bit of their money. That's how I like to see it. Like visually, I'm giving all of this for this little bit of money. And I'm at peace with that concept. They're getting a lot more value than the money I'm asking for. And it's even more than that, because they get to keep the value and use it next month, next year, and then every year for the rest of their lives. That's how I like to see it. Where's Leanne Cannon? I'm in the mood for her jam too. Mark Greer, Leanne Cannon, Anthony Whitsitt. Where's our head usher? Get our people up in here.
Absolutely.
Miss Vivian, do you have an animal or a thing that aligns with your spirit? So many of the people on here have had owls or lions. You know, I'm a rhino. Lisa's an eagle. You know,
an eagle and an acorn are oak tree.
Yeah.
So it's both inanimate and animate objects that kind of drive me.
Dr. Deborah Dunster, Lisa, that's why some business models do not work for me. Or maybe it's the product too.
Absolutely.
I think it's the business model, and it definitely could be the product.
Yeah, it can be both.
That's why a lot of network marketing companies are painful to the people who are part of them. It doesn't speak. I'm doing this. Join my group, so because it benefits me. You're not putting the most important thing.
I want to get 5 people to the next whatever.
Yeah, I'm gonna get 5 people for this. Really?
It's not enough. It's not enough. However, those that are very successful,
so what you want to
in that are the ones that are opting to change people's lives, particularly those who have had a life change experience of their own as a result of being with their whatever it is that they're doing.
Dexter and Dexter and his wife Linda Scott. Dexter and Linda Scott, the upgraders. They made millions in network marketing. Okay.
Arthur Lynette says, you just gave me my 4th confirmation, Lisa. Because I was just going to give up doing everything, and I had a few folks remind me some of the things I said over the years that have helped them or changed their lives. So why should I stop? And I'm not going to. God has given me the gift of help, so I'm not going to let him down. Again, it's always about placing yourself around the right people to know that you're doing the right thing.
Thank you for that, author Annette. She reminded me of something that Mark Greer said earlier this week about coming to this broadcast. That's him putting himself amongst the right kind of people.
I think it's important. It's an important thing. One of my very good friends made an announcement on yesterday. She's a childhood friend of mine. We've known each other for 40 years. And she posted, "Here's my phone number. I am deactivating my account." And at first I was like, why deactivate it? Why not just stop using it? Like, why deactivate it? But I realized that if you don't have the right mix of people involved in feeding into your life, involved into speaking into your life, then you can often allow things in that are counterintuitive and counterproductive to the goals that you want for yourself.
Now, you said at first you thought, why didn't you just stop using it?
Mm-hmm.
You still have that thought, or is it changed?
No, I understand why. I understand why. She just wants it totally gone.
All right. I got a feeling about people who say stuff like that on social media, though.
Okay.
People who say stuff like, I'm going to take a break from social media to clear my head and all that stuff. So I'm going to take a break from social media and let me post this on my Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and Twitter. Okay. Well, all those people who make all of these posts about what they're going to do about social media, you're not off to a good start with the announcement. You're just not.
Why not?
Because they're using social media to say they're going to stop using social media. You're not stopping. You're still doing it. That's not off to a good start.
Okay. Beverly says, now this past move I just made, I have to confess, I made it for myself. I took a chance on myself and made it for myself. So that being said, the benefit and what I just did, but my mother and my stepfather and a car paid off, a lot of bills in the debt-free range, and also all of my grandchildren are being put in places that children of color may never get to witness or see or experience. And that was my purpose of taking a chance on me.
Yeah. So it wasn't just about you, my sister. The rising tide lifts all the boats, okay? You did something good for yourself and your grandchildren and children and parents all benefiting. They're all getting more of Beverly, Dr. Beverly. Phyllis George says, just do it. Off net, I did that. I had a phone number for 15 years. It was too many people to delete. So I changed phone number and waited 2 weeks. And the only people that got the new number were the people that knew how to contact me. So I understand I have 3 pages. Was there pages? One of them
3 pages. One of them, the Masonic group page. One is my main page, and then I have an overflow page. So trust me, I understand.
Yeah, I've refused to get an overflow page. I've been at 5,000 for years, and I just delete some people that are inactive. I don't know who they are, but I don't want to get 2 pages. I know friends of mine that have 2 pages for the overflow. Not got that. For me, that's a personal philosophy. It's 9:36. Let's do our jams. And we're going to debut Shy Smith's new jam. Shy Smith, if you out of the room, come into the room. We're going to debut your jam today. But first up is Katura Green. Back to life. Back to Katura Green.
However do you want it? However
do you need it?
Do you need it?
Katura Green. What we're doing right now is we're thanking our consistent contributors and people who rock with us for years with a greeting song or greeting logo. And you can get one too. Just hang out with us and speak.
Brittany, I have been enjoying working on Brittany's project this week. We have a couple left to do before we release. It's Brittany. It's Brittany. It's Brittany.
Brittany Thomas. It's Brittany.
It's Brittany. It's Brittany. Brittany, it's your time. It's your time. Yeah.
All right, Shy Smith, are you ready, Shy Smith? When she sees your face, there's not a thing that she would change, 'cause Shy will accept you just the way you are.
Yeah, Shy. Doctor.
The way you are. Shy Smith, tell me if you like that.
I love it. Dr. Deborah's on. Dr. Deborah, healing and deliverance coach.
So, Shy, did you like your jam?
I hope so.
Couture Green, we did that. Rochelle Gray, what you want? Rochelle Gray's got it. What you need? You know Rose got it. All she's asking is for a little respect when you come home.
Yeah, baby.
That's Rochelle Gray's jam. Miss Phyllis is here. So clear the way. Miss Phyllis is here. Now we can all have a great day. Dr. Beverly's here. Dr. Beverly is on the show. Good morning, Dr. Beverly. Author Lynette is here because at this table we sit.
Making it legit.
Because when Lynette hits the show,
it's time for Melissa, y'all.
I needed some more to do Melissa today. Bow, 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 bow. Melissa's on. Now it's time for us to sing her song. Melissa's on. Good morning, Miss Melissa Price.
Go ahead, Melissa.
Dr. Deborah?
Yes, we did. And we
that?
did.
Shy, what did she
did.
say? We did that. Okay, let's go to the bottom.
We did. Melissa, we did Katura.
Tarnez, we need a jam for you, homie. Help us find your jam, Tarnez.
And Shy loves it.
Is that what that is? What's this?
Just a lady dancing. We read that.
She says, yay, and then lady dancing, and Tarnez says, aw. Scroll, baby.
That's it.
And then Shy says, yes, and I love it. The song is so befitting. Good. Yeah, because she was talking about, how you're good the way you are and all those things she kept saying. It was a theme for you. So when she sees your face, there's not a thing that she would change, because Shy will accept you just the way you are.
Other than that, goes on to say, but it's amazing how you have childhood friends that remember something that you said that changed their life. And sometimes I don't remember, but God will reveal it to me. I'm like, yeah, I really do remember saying that. So I must be in the right business. Yes, I've got the gift and I got to use it.
That's right. You got the gift. Got to use it. Got to use what we got to get what we want. That's normally never mind, I ain't gonna go there. The weekend is here, y'all. If you don't know, 2 Monday nights ago, I gave a free public workshop called How to Get a Client, No BS. I'm giving that same workshop again for free this upcoming Monday night. We'll mention it again Monday during the show, but Monday evening, I'm giving a free work at 9 p.m. actually. We're giving that free workshop. Actually, we can do it earlier because I don't have that other thing. What time do you think I should do it, baby?
You could do it at 7.
I could do it at 7. Okay, we'll do it at 7 p.m. That means I need to tell the graphic person right now. 7 p.m. instead of 9 p.m. How to get a client, no BS. Just nuts and bolts. I got my PowerPoint together, got my mind made up, my attitude right. So I'm giving it away for free, and whoever attends that, they're going to learn how to get a client right now, no BS. You know of anybody? Do you know of anyone who you believe, of your friends and family, the people that you know, who do you believe would most love it if they got into a workshop held by me on how to get a client, no BS?
Beverly says, I think right now, before we go, I want to shout it out to the whole Empowerment Duo family.
Yes, all y'all.
You are a fantastic. You all look great. Thanks to Brian and Lisa for allowing us to become family, being together as one, sharing our ideas and thoughts and our hearts. And you all are just great. And
she's right. Thank you for saying so, Dr. Beverly. But that's the beauty of you guys coming regularly. See how you just look right there. That's when it would have happened.
I'm not going there with you.
You swung around. Y'all saw that? That's when you would have knocked over your coffee right there. But Dr. Beverly, you're so right.
Not in my
That
world.
is the beauty of us coming together regularly. The more we're around each other, the better we get to know each other, get to understand each other's personality and all that. It's a beautiful, you're right, you worded it as a family. Beautiful. Thank you. We should open up the committee. Again, the weekend's ending. I appreciate you getting that information in there, Dr. Beverly, and all of you guys. I'm glad Shy liked her jam. I was hoping George Allen would be here today so we could do his as well. Friday is still a work day.
A very busy one for me today. I really am grateful for those that I get to help to bring their visions to life. We have updated the final proof for Black Boys to Men, a young boy's journey to manhood. And he'll be bringing back the updates today. I have been reaching out, and that is Rajon Jones. I have been reaching out to If Walls Could Talk, book number 3 with Reese Gaddy. We've got some final updates to make to that.
She's another one of these people that I come to know and really respect and even admire, because she's one that never let stuff get in the way. She's rhinoceros-like. She ain't got no money. She could be dead broke.
Give me a minute.
Give me a minute. She'll figure something out. She'll sell some fish. She'll do this or that, and she gonna get her stuff done. I love those kind of people that make stuff happen. That's what she does. She makes it happen.
Yeah, there's so many amazing people that will do that. There's others that are excuse makers, and there are some that are action takers.
Whoop.
And I much prefer action takers to excuse makers. They both take a level of creativity, and one just takes a little bit more tenacity than the other.
You know, the amount of money, and I'm about to step on a toe or two right now, the amount of money it takes to begin a process of working with a coach that could be helpful to them is minuscule compared to the value you can get. It's surprising in a way how many people let a little bit of money keep them from moving forward, and they use small amounts of money as an excuse of why they can't start. Go get it. I'm at the place right now, and I know you are too, Lisa. When people say they don't have the money for this or that, we just tell them to go get it. Or not, go get it. So you say something to me like, well, Brian, I'm gonna have to get back with you in October. Why do you have to wait till October? Well, I got some stuff I got to pay off between now and then, and by October I should be able to afford this. If you're telling me you have to wait 3 months to get started with this, either just go get. You don't take you 3 months. Get it within a week. Get it this weekend. It doesn't take 3 months. But what you're basically saying is you don't believe in yourself. Number one, you don't respect yourself enough, and you don't trust yourself enough to give yourself a chance. Had to get it off my chest.
It is. It's true. It's so true. It's so unfortunate, but it's so true that we allow mental blocks and
that's what that money is.
Mental blocks and misconceptions to misalign us from what it is that we actually need to be doing right now to move forward in our goals and our objectives and our purpose and our calling in our process. And we stand in the way of ourselves.
Lisa's first business coach. Tell the story, baby.
My first business coach that I went to see had a program, and this was where I received my master's training with Dream Builders Academy. He had a program that I wanted to take. And the first thing that he said to me is, whoa, this is what it costs, but you can't pay it. And I didn't understand what he meant. I can't pay it. I didn't understand. I didn't want to accept the fact that I had to get anybody else involved in the process that I was going through.
Dollar amount.
And the dollar amount at the time was $1,200 for the first certification. It was $1,200 for the first certification. And so when I went to him, he said, it's $1,200, but you can't pay it. You have to allow the people who believe that you should be trained in the thing that you believe that you want me to train you in will pay for your training.
Note, he did not want Lisa to go to her bank out of her own account. He said to her, okay, it's $1,200, but you can't pay it out of your own.
You can't pay it out of your own money.
Resources. You have to get the money through people that believe you should, people that have faith in you, people that know, like, and love you, that want to support your dream. You got to get it from them. And he also told her, I'll know if you try to pay for it out of your own stuff. I'll know, and then I won't train you.
Right. And to be quite honest, that was my intention. My intention was to pay for it myself. It was to, to pay for it myself, to just tell him whatever he needed to hear, but to pay for it myself. But I had the opportunity to share, and it's recently her birthday. I can't remember if it's today or tomorrow, to tell one of my sisters who is particularly frugal in just about every area that I ever knew. And when I shared with her that I had the appointment, and she said, oh, yeah, what are you going to do next? And then I said, I'm going to take the certification. But you know what he said? He said, I had to get the people who believed I should be doing what I'm doing to invest in me for this particular thing. And she responded, how much? And my immediate response was taken aback. I was taken aback because she was particularly frugal. Some of you know her. I don't know if I should say her name or not. I'm not going to say her name. Story, but she invested $250 in me of this $1,200 that I needed. And the next phone call I made, first of all, I was taken aback. I was like, wow. She was like, come get the check for $250. I got you on this. You've been doing this all your life. You need to continue. I was like, wow. Then I called my brother, because if any of you have a brother like mine, you usually count on your family to put you back in your place, right? So I called my brother expecting him to snap at me, right? To say, there you go again, believing in people, and there you go again, getting ready to invest your money in something stupid, right? And he didn't. He said to me, I don't have the money, but I have overdraft protection. I'm going to send you a check for X amount of dollars. You deposit right away and take the money, and I'll figure out how I'm going to pay it back. And I was like, tears came down my face. I was like, oh my God. He said, you've been doing this all your life. You need to be certified to do this because the world is waiting for you. Now, that's two reinforcements that I would not have gotten if I had paid for and invested this in myself. And the third call that came in was from someone that I didn't know. It was actually from my brother's pastor, who said that my brother had called him, and all he said to me was, give me your PayPal. Now, the one thing I knew at that time about PayPal was that you could put money in, but you couldn't take money out if you had my PayPal ID. So I gave him my PayPal ID, and he deposited the rest of the money that I needed for that class. And then he said to me, your brother called me when I was praying, and I was asking God for a big financial blessing that we needed for the church. And God reminded me that as you sow, you shall reap. And that then your brother's call told me that you were good soil, because he had told me about you and told me what you were going to do. And so I am investing in good soil. You cannot pay me back. I am seeking to reap from God, and I am sowing in you. So I had all the money. I went back to my coach, and I was like, I have the money. When do I start? And he was like, wait. How did you get the money? I said, everybody gave me the money. And I told him what happened. I told him what I just told you guys. And then I said, when can I start? And he said, you already have. You already have. Because had you not been coachable, had you not been willing to ask for help in this, you would not have been coachable in anything else that I needed to tell you.
That's right. He was brilliant in that. And there's more lessons than that I see in that story. Mm-hmm. For one, taught you resourcefulness right away. Okay. Taught you belief. So for the rest of your life, you know, you can manifest what you need. You can manifest what you need. So can you. But you need a story like that in your life as well.
Absolutely. And that story actually, it did a lot of things. Like Brian said, it did a lot of things. It taught me that I had people who believed in me, which sometimes the belief that someone else believes in you to be doing what you are doing can carry you beyond where you could carry yourself.
It definitely can. And sometimes you forget or that you have people that know and love and want to be supportive of you.
Yeah. And then it reinforced to me that there were others that were counting on me. There were others that were counting on me for this success.
I call those angels. People that's willing to invest in you. I call them angels. Now you got angels on your side. Okay.
Chai says, yes, what you sow, that shall you also reap. Amen.
There he is, man. We almost missed you for the weekend. Mark Greer says, shout out to everyone here. We're all empowered together, in all caps, empowered together.
We are.
So wide you can't get around it. So low you can't get under it. So high you can't get over it. Mark Greer is under a groove, getting down just for the funk of it. Mark Greer is under a groove. Nothing can stop us now. Pastor George Allen, Chef Rev, he told us yesterday to find a song with some funk in it for him, and we found it yesterday. We got his jam, but I'm not going to do it unless he's here.
I'm telling you, it is that important that you believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself enough, then you need to find someone that does, to remind you of who you are, how great you are, what you are made of, what you've already accomplished, what you were predestinated for.
So the weekend is here.
Important.
It's 9:55. We got to go.
Yep.
I'm hoping that you have a great weekend. I look forward to seeing you on Monday.
And don't forget to have sex.